GTA San Andreas HD remake has just dropped. You can pick it up for about $4, $3.75, I believe, on Xbox
That's why
Live.
they did San Andreas as an HD remake.
That was one of the bigger ones. A lot of people really, really love that one. Now, I was more of a fan of Vice City, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking they would do. I thought that was the most popular one, but
no, I think San Andreas was the most popular ones of the GTA 3s because that was one of the. There was 3 or 4 versions of GTA 3. There was the original one, Vice City, San Andreas, and I think there was something else in there. But that just came out. Again, you can pick it up for about $3.75 on Xbox, $4 everywhere else. But that got me thinking that there's plenty of other games out there that should be getting remakes, HD remasterings, and stuff like that. And so we just wanted to give you a list of our top 3 that should get some remastering. So, Brendan, why don't you give us 3 real quick?
All right. Well, number 3, and I know this is never going to happen, but Skater Die 2.
No! You're not allowed to say Skater Die 2 for number 3.
Did you say that? Do you have that on your list? We didn't discuss this at all. Like, you told me right before the show that this was happening.
And I just let everybody know my 3, but that's not fair. All right, fine. It's a show. Stop top 3.
Look. I get Skater Die 3. I've beaten the number 2 world record in that game for the ramp. So it's my game. I have
my game.
Anyway, so Skater Die 2.
Skater Die. I agree. That would be a great one to remake.
Especially now that
old ladies spray painting people picking up chili cheese fries.
Yeah, now that you have more buttons, and because it was a game that definitely lacked buttons because they had to use the direction pad with a button to do different moves, and to deal with that. And now that the skateboarding genre really came into fruition and has been dealt with better. You can see it utilizing the engines that we see in like Tony Hawk style games.
Yeah, I think I don't want it to go that far. Okay, I still want it to be side-scrolling.
Yeah, you can do that too. Either way, though, but you get more. You can deal more with the skateboarding dynamic. I was also thinking something like a jet grind radio. But either way, whatever you do, make the game again. I want that ramp mode. I want an extended HD adventure mode that's not quite as slow to pick up. Because I know a lot of people that I've shown it to, they don't like the game, really because of how slow it is to start up and to do things initially. Like, it is a little bit difficult until you get the first few boards ready. But it's such a fun game.
Yeah, it's an awesome game. I mean, you get to pick up eggs and throw them at people. I mean, my favorite part of the first level was beating the boss, the mayor's wife.
The mayor's wife.
Throw eggs at her and spray paint her, and again,
your currency just blows up into her head.
Yeah, and your currency is chili cheese fries and like milkshakes.
All in the sewers that you find in the sewer, tacos and fries and
level you did something almost completely different. Every level had a very different dynamic for it. Now there wasn't many levels, but every level was very different. So very enjoyable game from back in the original Nintendo days. So I totally agree with the Skater Die 2 for Nintendo. But all right, give us number 2 for you, Brendan.
Number 2, I'm going to go with Psychonauts.
Psychonauts, okay.
So it's not that old of a game, not like, but obviously several things are getting remakes. But they've talked about doing a Psychonauts 2. I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. But an HD remake, I could see a little bit better. Update the graphics a little bit. The graphics have held up all right, but they could use some tweaking.
You can polish it. It was an Xbox game, so you could polish.
I would like to see, I would like to see, maybe a few levels added in, and maybe some bigger levels for certain things. Like, it's not a small game, but there's definitely more that they could have done with some of these Dream World stuff. I feel if they just had some more power behind it, they could put more sprites on the screen, for instance.
Yeah, but that was one of those super imaginative Tim Schafer games.
Yeah.
And the way he's doing stuff, I believe Grim Fandango is getting a remake, right? So
exactly.
So it wouldn't be out of the realm to see that. And so if that does happen, Brendan is going to take credit for it happening. Just
yes.
Even if it's already in the works, where he's going to take credit for it. So, but Brendan, what's the number 1 game you want to see remade?
Yeah, this might be a little surprising to every. No, it's not. It shouldn't be. Super Metroid.
Yeah, see, I thought Super Metroid 2, but they already have the Primes. I mean,
No, but that's the thing. The reason I say, and Primes are good. I have Prime Trilogy. It's not. It's a different style of game altogether, though.
gotcha. I
And
guess they could go the Shadow Complex route. If you played that, that was an arcade game on Xbox, which was pretty much a Metroid ripoff, but they did polish it up and did all that really cool stuff. So I guess you could get a pretty cool Metroid thing in there.
yeah, and but it would need to be a 2D side scroller Metroid.
Well, no, you can make it 3D, but have the like Shadow Complex
side
had
scroll, yeah,
3D
exactly.
realm in there, but side scroller. Yeah.
Yeah, and keeping the same dynamics of the great speedrun ability. Like Metroid's always been a game that they encourage you to do it quickly. I got into watching speedruns of video games because of the Super Metroid speedruns, which a lot of people say it's just like the best game for speedruns because of the things that they built into it that take skill but allow you to just change the way you go through the whole game and speed it up. Speed it up because you skip areas or simply don't have to skip areas that they force you to before, because you can do a cool trick, learn to figure out a cool trick and do it well, and just keep going and get things out of order and things like that, which was really cool. But also just it was a solid gameplay, and you expect that out of Nintendo, especially from that era. And they delivered one of my favorite platform-y games, and definitely my favorite like shooter platform game.
Yeah, it was definitely a very entertaining game. The level dynamics, everything, the upgrading and everything, it was awesome.
And you can already play that game just over and over. So if you get an HD remake, well, I was going to play it over before anyway, but now I get it in HD, and I can play it on my newer systems. So there you go.
Environment and everything. There you go. All right, well, I like your list, especially number 3, since that is the same exact one as mine, Skater Die 2. My number 2 was Star Wars Dark Forces. That was a great shooter, great FPS in the Star Wars realm. And, I mean, a lot of people, if you played it, you loved it. That's all I'm saying. It took you through a lot of different Star Wars things. Like, you were the person in the very first level who stole the Death Star plans that they used in the very beginning of at the end of Star Wars number 1 to blow up the Death Star. They intertwined you with a lot of the Star Wars stories, where what happened with those. So I loved that game. Dark Forces was one of my favorite games. Now, that was a PC game that I played it on. You could get it on PlayStation 2, but that version sucked. So good HD remake with some new controls and stuff like that, so you could play with like on a console with the dual sticks and everything like that. Would be a lot of fun. And then my number 1 game is not going to really be a game. It's not fair because I include multiple games. And I pretty much said any Final Fantasy game from PlayStation 1 or lower. You could give me an HD remake of that, and I would buy it.
The other ones.
9, 8, 7, 3, American 3, 6. American 2.
Yeah.
I would love to play any of those HD remakes.
Kinda. I guess it wasn't HD, but it was. They did the remakes of 1, 2, and 3 at some point. Vaguely did a remake of 5 and 6, but I think it was one of those deals where they added in some cutscenes.
Yeah, they added in
nice,
some cutscenes.
But everything else
didn't
was
really
the same.
But again, they released those for PlayStation. They released those for PlayStation. So
yeah.
You could give me a little bit better character models without really taking it to the especially like 6. You just smooth some of the edges. Give you some more 3D looking characters, but still keep it that kind of top down look that you got from those games.
And with 6, they already showed some designs for it when they did do the remake for the PlayStation. In the cinematic ones, they had 3D models and everything, and it looked nice-ish. Obviously, you'd want it to be even better than that now.
And if you are a Final Fantasy fan, the most, I don't know if I can say the most iconic, but definitely top 3 of the most iconic scenes ever to happen in a Final Fantasy series was that Opera House mission level, which was just awesome. It was just a lot of fun. You enjoyed every minute of it. It's just something that I'd like to play again, but a little bit better graphics. So,
and obviously, everyone's been wanting 7 forever, and
7 they should have done 7 a million years ago. 6 would be cool too. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter. Where's My Face at gmail.com. Google Plus and Facebook. And did I say Where's My Face.com? I meant it.
Yes, you did.
Let us know what you think should be remade. Give us, 1, 2, or 3 games, and if you say Skate or Die 2, then we'll have to start a Kickstarter and get that done. So hit us up, let us know. But